Well, I was in 8th grade, what are you then, 14, and I had bought a book of Lovecraft short stories because I was impressed with Robert Bloch, you know, the movie Psycho. And I had read that Bloch had been a big fan of Lovecraft in his youth, and so I bought Lovecraft, thinking it would be ghosty monster stories. And I remember reading The Rats in the Walls, and I remember where I was. I was in the back of my parents' car. I remember where the car was. When I finished that story, my hair just stood up on end, because I had not known you could get effects like that on a page.
Right.
And I became a huge addict. And in those days, there weren't collected volumes of Lovecraft stories the way there are now. You had to either go buy a terribly expensive out-of-print Arkham House book or just find them in anthologies here and there. But so I went and found them in anthologies. And it's interesting that Heidi picked up on him when you were in your teens. I like to think anybody can get to like Lovecraft even in their 40s or 50s. But it's interesting that we all happen to do it while young.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But I mean, I think maybe this kind of pop culture is more easily accessible when you're in your teens. It's not as usual if you haven't read any horror or science fiction, some horror or science fiction book when you're in your 30s or 40s maybe.
Yeah.
It's more part of the teen culture.
That's right, that's right. And also if you get it early, it kind of lays down the foundation of your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything else has to sort of adapt to that.
Your name for science fiction as well?
Arguably. Yeah, yeah. That's true. I think you have to have that when your mind is still a little bit like wet cement, and it'll take an impression.
Right.
If you come and your mind is already hard as cement, it's not going to work.